This tech tip will cover how VDA 3.9 handles signals with Type 7 formulas. In the ASAM MDF 4.2 standard, the conversion type, also known as formula identifier, defines how raw data is transformed or converted into meaningful output values. Specifically, for Type 7 formula, which is the conversion of raw input value to either a scaled value or string output. A Table 7 formula uses a tabular lookup, with the table entry points depending on the raw input values. For a Type 7 formula, there is one table entry that has a formula for numerical output, and multiple table entries with strings that indicate unexpected values or special cases. This conversion type typically involves a mapping or table where input values such as numeric data are correlated or matched to specific textual or scaled output values. When raw data matches specific criteria defined in the lookup table, the corresponding text or scaled value is retrieved and used to represent the data. For instance, imagine a scenario where a sensor records temperature values, and these values need to be converted to descriptive text such as low, medium, or high. The Type 7 conversion could involve a lookup table where temperature ranges, also known as input values, are mapped to those text descriptions, also known as output values, allowing easy interpretation of the recorded data. Please note, it's best to use data that can be represented as an integer number. However, a non-integer number can be converted to an integer. In this example, you'll learn how to convert a non-integer number to an integer. Add a calculated channel via right-click in Legend and selecting Add Calculated Channel. For this example, ACT will be used and changed from a non-integer to an integer number. Under the General tab, change Calculated Channel name to int of ACT or whatever name reflects the chosen data item. Under the Formula tab, enter degree C for the engineering units. Select algebraic or formula type. In the section for conversion formula, select equation. In the section for equation, select insert data item. For this example, selecting measurements in the left column displayed data items in the right column. Under display name, located in the right column, ACT was selected. Then, via double-clicking or clicking on Add at the bottom of the dialog box, will bring the data item to the equation section. With this selected data item, build an equation that converts to an integer. Example, int data item selected plus 0.5. Under the Format tab, select Specify and select Show Trailing Zeros. Enter 0 for the places after the decimal. Then select OK at the bottom of the dialog. Note, int of ACT is the integer of ACT in the legend. Converting numerical values to corresponding text or scaled values using a predefined table or lookup. Add a calculated channel via right-click in Legend and selecting Add Calculated Channel. Using the ACT continued example, under General tab, change Calculated Channel name to int of ACT conversion. The next process will convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. Under Formula tab, enter degrees F for engineering units. For formula type, select Slope Offset. In the section for conversion formula, for reference equal, select ellipsis and choose a data source to reference. For table equal, select state from the drop-down selections. This will activate the State Table tab. While in the conversion formula section, on the Formula tab, enter values A equal 9, B equal 5, and C equal 32. These values are for the slope offset formula converting Celsius to Fahrenheit using equation Fahrenheit equals 9/5 of Celsius plus 32. Select the State Table tab and select Add to add values and state text to reflect message to be sent for specific values. For this example, for each selection of Add, enter state value 55 and state text hot for each state value to 60, selecting OK after each entry. This example will display hot for Celsius values 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. Please note, in the state table, the default formula will be the formula represented on the Formula tab. The values entered will be in Celsius from int of ACT and will display the message showing Celsius in parentheses, and the default formula values will be displayed in Fahrenheit. Under the Format tab, select Specify and select Show Trailing Zeros. Enter 0 for places after the decimal. Then select OK at the bottom of the dialog. The legend will reflect the following results as the cursor is moved along the x-axis. Please note, in the legend, data items may be interpolated and may not yield desired results. Right-click on the data item, for example, int of ACT conversion, and in the context menu, select Line Step and Spline Select Step Plot. The specifics of the conversion type, including the structure of the lookup table and how values are matched, would be defined in accordance with the ASAM MDF 4.2 standard or any associated documentation or guidelines provided.